Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. We got another Washington Commanders weekly stream. In today's stream, we're going to be previewing the Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles Week 3 matchup. And I got my guy Juan on here. About to add him to the stream. Appreciate you coming through, Juan. How you doing?
Hey, I appreciate you for having me on, Pedro. Again, as always, it's a blessing coming on here. Literally just got home too. But yeah, man, week 3, matchup versus the Eagles. It should be a very, very good one, and I'm excited to talk about it tonight. And I appreciate you for having me on again.
Yeah, and I know you have something going on tomorrow. So you want to plug that real quick?
No, it's next week. It's versus the Cowboys.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah,
But you want to
yeah.
plug it anyways?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's next week versus the Cowboys. So I will next week, no, October 2nd, I will be having like a live watch party with me at Martini's Bar and Lounge in Fort Washington, Maryland 725 Caddy Drive. So if you guys want to come out there and watch the game with your boy, meet your boy, and just have a watch party, have a good time, and hopefully root on beating the Cowboys. Or if you're a Cowboys fan, come through. Again, 725 Caddy Drive, Fort Washington, Maryland. I'm hosting a watch party, so come through and chill with your boy. But other than that, I'm ready to talk about tomorrow. Let's get it.
Yeah, big things for sure. So this is a big game. I mean, every game in the NFL is a big game, but it's a divisional matchup. So, Commanders, this would be a huge win for them going up against a really solid team. Like this team is probably gonna win the division pretty easily, in my opinion. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can put up a fight, but I think this team's gonna win 11 plus games. But if we're gonna win one, it's gonna be this one. Carson Wentz, a little bit of a revenge game for him. So, and also, I wanted to talk about the Dan Snyder stuff real quick before we start. So, I know everyone gets excited for it, but like, I've been saying it for like a year plus. Like, it's just another day. Like, every other week, we have a new Snyder allegation. Like, it's nothing until we get something real, like, actual, like, real chance of him getting out and like something. I mean, a lot of bad things have happened that he's done, but something like really bad that's like you can't refute it was him or something like that. I'm not going to believe it. Honestly, I'm probably not going to believe it until it happens, until he sells the team, because he's gotten away with so much that, I just, yeah, when these things come out, I don't believe it.
Yeah, so again today I saw it on Bleacher Report that Dan Snyder could be forced to sell. Obviously got to put the air quotes over that. And I quickly made a community post and said, "Don't bite the bait, guys. Dan Snyder's not going nowhere." I did see a tweet that essentially you break it down like this: if they find something in the investigation, then he may be forced to sell. But if not, he'll be here for the rest of our lives, my life, I should say. So I'm really not expecting nothing to happen, man. Everyone gets their hopes up for Dan Snyder to sell, and then they literally, get brought back down. I've gave up after 2019. I've gave up every time we hear something about the allegations that I'm selling about him possibly selling. I never look at it or talk about it as far as like rallying the troops saying, "Oh, we might give him to sell." I always make a video on it and then just say, "Guys, don't even worry about it. Don't even fall for it because it's not going to happen." And until I see something where it's leading towards him possibly selling, then I will probably switch up. But right now, I don't see him going anywhere no time soon.
Yeah, I agree. Let's say hi to some people in the chat. What's up, my guy DeAndre Taylor? What's up, Abdullah? Met up with Abdullah today. What's up, Tyler? What's up, King Sean? What's up, Gus Bus? And what's up, Dork? I appreciate all you guys for coming through. So now that we got that out of the way, real quick, the Snyder stuff. What's up, Beckham? Nothing huge. Again, until something big happens, I'm not going to really, take yeah, I'm just not going to believe it really until something real gets reported. So yeah, what's up, Rogers? So let's get into this game, week 3 game tomorrow, 1 o'clock at FedEx Field. So let's start with the injuries. Nothing major on both sides. I mean, the Commanders are getting back Cam Curl and Wes Schweitzer in this game, but I think Daniel Wise and Casey Toohill are both out, and James Smith Williams is questionable. So the depth at the D line was already terrible to start the season, or not. Let's just say bad to start the season. then Fedarian Mathis goes down, then Casey Tua goes down, and Daniel Wise goes down. It is awful right now. It's like I feel bad for Payne and Allen because they're gonna have to play the whole game. Montez is gonna have to play the whole game, and then if James Smith Williams is out, I don't know what's gonna happen. I guess Effie Obata is gonna have to play the whole game, or they called up William Bradley King. It's not a very good situation there on the D line.
Yeah, and then I also want to touch on that William Jackson he came up with a back, so he's questionable now too. So I wouldn't say like we're like scotch free of injuries, man. I would be a little concerned, because again, as Pedro alluded to, man, the depth at the D line is horrible right now. Let's just call it what it is. And Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne aren't linemen that plays the whole game. Before the injury, he was supposed to play like 40%, 50% of the snaps, and then it was supposed to rotate with Fedarian Mathis, and he was supposed to play like 40, 60 or whatever. So with that out, and now you have no Daniel Wise too, it sucks, man. And we could definitely see some fatigue. And if that's the case, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Hurts has all day to throw. But yeah, I definitely think there is some concerns there. Hopefully, is the Ridgeway guy, is he going to be suiting up? I assume so. The guy that we just got from the Dallas practice squad, I assume he's going to be suiting up. So hopefully, we can see something out of him. But I'm concerned more about the William Jackson injury because that just random. That's not something that he's been dealing with all week. All week, it just randomly popped up. So that could be something that could flare up tomorrow morning, and then around 11:30, 11:40, we see William Jackson III is now out for his back injury. So that could be something that's a little concerning because along with this D line depth, the cornerback depth isn't good at all.
Yeah, I'm so done with William Jackson III. I'm so done with him. Not only is he bad, he's been trash for us. There's no denying that. He's been terrible. He also just every few weeks he has some injury. Last year he had I know a knee injury, had something else as well, had something this off season, and then has a back injury. I think he'll play, but we'll see. It'll just be an excuse for him in the post game if it doesn't work out. He's just like if Del Rio, I don't think they should be calling out any players, but if you're gonna call out a player, call out William Jackson III because he has not been good. He's getting paid 14 mil a year, and it is what it is. Yes, I mean Gus Plus, you're right. It's still early. It's only been two games, but it's a lot of the same things we saw last year. We're seeing this year with William Jackson III getting beat, getting burnt, and also a lot of penalties. So we'll see. It might get better as the season goes on, but at this moment, it's not looking good for William Jackson III. And Kendall Fuller hasn't looked good, but at least he's looked good in the past for us. And I, think he can play much better than he is right now. And then Benjamin St. Juste has been all right. What do you think about William Jackson III, Juan, and how he's playing? And if you think he can play better, because he needs to play better by the end of the season, and not just better, a lot better.
Yeah, what I think about William Jackson III, man, I just think one, we made a mistake, not because we are a zone team. We have a zone scheme. We should have went out and signed at a zone corner if we didn't want to re-sign Ronald Darby, who thrived in this system. William Jackson from the start, it kind of felt off because he's a man-to-man corner. Why are you going to go out and get a man corner and bring him into a zone scheme? Obviously, he's going to struggle on that part. Then, secondly, I feel like that he's just not making the plays. I mean, the DeAndre Swift play that I allude to, he's just walking. He's just standing there. On the Amon-Ra St. Brown jet sweep, he got his back to the field. So it's along with scheme and just him just lack of awareness and lack of situational awareness that is I don't know, he's just not playing well right now, and I don't know what it is, but I definitely want to say it starts with going to get him from the beginning. Why are you bringing his own man-to-man corner here in his own scheme? Should have kept Darby.
Facts, yeah, he just hasn't played well. He's got to step up. It's a 3-year deal, so they might be able to get out of it after this year. I hope, if it doesn't work out, then I think they can do that. At least Curtis Samuel, though, going on to another standing that offseason, looking really good. And, they'll be able to keep him around for another year for sure. So, yeah, we'll see how William Jackson III progresses this season. But, there's not really, in my opinion, any more excuses for William Jackson III. Like, he's been in the system for a year plus now. He should be better than he was last year, and he's really not. But there's still time, like a lot of people are saying. So, um, let's get into any other injuries. Wes Schweitzer's back, which is good. He'll be playing center because, like, again, if he now, I mean, they really don't have a backup right now except for like John Toth and Nick Martin. I guess Nick Martin will be the backup. Really unfortunate injury there for Chase Boulay, likely out for the year. Sucks for him just coming back from an injury. Hopefully, everything. It wasn't the same leg, I don't think either. So just a bad break there, and I don't know what the injury exactly was, but it's not fully reported, but just something with his leg. So let's get, and I think the Eagles is just Landon Dickerson, who's questionable as their starting left guard, and that's it. So they're relatively healthy, and really the only advantage we have is that it is home, even though there's going to be a lot of Eagles fans, it is home, and also they played on Monday. They played on Monday night, we played on Sunday afternoon, so we got a day plus of time ahead of them. So Juan, what's like some keys to victory you have for the Commanders versus Eagles game?
So key number one, I said the Washington Commanders. This is probably the biggest one. We have to find a way to play all 4 quarters. If we want to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, we have to play 4 quarters of football. I mean, this offense has put up 28 points and 28 and 27 points in 2 quarters. Could you imagine what this offense could do if they played all 4 quarters? That's one spot you look at it. Then you look at it on the defensive side of the ball. If this team plays 4 quarters of football on the defensive side of the ball, we might actually have a chance, and we wouldn't allow, and every game would be the offense having to go out in a shootout. We have to find a way to play 4 quarters of football. If you play 1 quarter, you're going to get blown out. You play 2 quarters, you're going to get blown out. You play 3 quarters, you're going to get blown out. It takes a full 60 minutes to win a game, especially versus the team of this caliber. So please play 4 quarters of football, and I like our chances of beating the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, for sure. And then Door Gunner's talking about De'Ami Brown, where all the fanboys. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people thought he's gonna have a big year. For me, I was saying, I would love. It would be an amazing year if De'Ami went from 150 to 400 plus, and it's not looking like he's gonna do that. And I said the same thing with Jamin Davis. I was like, if Jamin Davis can be an average linebacker this year, then that'll be really good for the Commanders. And a lot of people are saying, no, he needs to be elite this year, and he's not gonna be like he's not gonna be elite this year, guys. There's just no it's just really unlikely that happens. But there's a chance he can be an okay linebacker, and then maybe in year three he can get to that Pro Bowl, or not even Pro Bowl, but like a good linebacker in this league. So still a lot of time with Jamin Davis. But like if we can get okay linebacker play out of him in his second year, but really in his first year outside linebacker, and he's a raw prospect anyways, I think that is a win for sure. So key to victory for me is I'm gonna go with tackling. I mean, we have to tackle well or better than we have. I mean, the play against DeAndre Swift against the Lions with DeAndre Swift, that was like the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. The guy was on the ground and he still got a 22-yard touchdown. You can't let that happen. You cannot let that happen at all. And they did. Like 5 guys missed a tackle, 4 guys missed a tackle. You can't have that happen. And they let it happen, and it cost them a touchdown. And that really killed the momentum that the Commanders had. And, you know, the Eagles have some guys that can break tackles. I mean, A.J. Brown, he's not the best route runner in the league, but he's an athletic freak, and he's going to break some tackles in this game, and they're going to have to make sure that it's not a ton of tackles. And then Dallas Goedert as well. He's a tough guy to tackle. We saw it last year when he went off on us. So those guys are going to be tough to tackle. You know, Devontae Smith and those other guys a little bit easier because they're smaller and they're not known for breaking tackles, but they make guys miss. But A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert, that's going to be really tough, and they're going to have to be better at tackling than they were last week because that was awful. How about you? You got any more? And I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, another key that I would have, and Roger just alluded to it, we have to force Jalen Hurts to beat us with his arm. We have to make Jalen Hurts beat us with his arm. We have to keep him in the pocket. We cannot allow him to use his legs, because if we allow him to use his legs, it's going to be a long day. If Jalen Hurts stands in the pocket, and he had a nice showing versus the Minnesota Vikings last Monday with his arm. If he beats us with his arm, you got to tip your cap and say they're better than us. But make him do that. Don't make it easy on him and allow him to extend plays with his legs, keep his eyes down the field, and then fire down the field. Don't allow him to run read options and get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't allow him to use his legs in this game. And obviously, you're not going to stop him every single play. Obviously, he's going to get off sometimes, but I'm just saying limited. Okay, if Jalen Hurts goes through this game and he loses, and it's because we force him to use his arm to beat us, that's good. But if he, on the flip side, if he beats us with his arm, nothing you can say about it. But just don't make it easy for him. Don't allow him to have his legs as a reason why he beat us. We going into this game already knowing that he wants to run. So why make it easy on him and give him the option to? We got to take that away from him early and tell him, hey, Hurts, Jalen, you got to do what you did last week for the first half. Beat us with your arm. I mean, he beat him with their legs too, but he had some impressive deep balls and fast passes to Devonta Smith and all that. Show me better than what you can tell me. I want to see it. But make Hurts use his arm, and if he beats us with his arm, then they're just straight up better, and you got to tip your cap.
Yep, I appreciate that. Holding it down while it's gone. But yeah, I agree. You got to contain Hurts. He so far he's been a great passer this year, but again, only 2 games, small sample size, and if you have a lead on them, that's when it is tough for them because then he's going to be one dimensional because for the most part they've been ahead in all their games, so the opposing team doesn't really know what Jalen Hurts is going to do. But when you're up by 7, when you're up by 14 with 8 minutes left in the game, well, it's going to be tough to run the ball every time. You're going to be more one dimensional. You're going to have to pass more, and it's going to be more predictable. That's where I want to see us in the position. I want to see Jalen Hurts in that position and see, if he really is like that. If he can, dot us up when we know he's passing. And it's probably the answer to that is probably he can because our secondary has been awful. But Cam Curl's coming back, and we'll see how the others progress. But I agree with you for sure. And kind of just to add on to that, like I was saying, you got to get off to a good lead because then it forces him to be more one-dimensional, and he's going to be more predictable. What's up, Dubs family? Appreciate you coming through. What's up, Philip? Appreciate you coming through as well. And yeah, Hurts so far has looked great. He's looked great, but it's a 2-game sample size. And, we got to make sure that, hopefully we can break that 2-game streak of him looking good. And, also we got to contain him as a runner as well. Against the Lions, he had like 14 rushes for like 95 yards. Against the Vikings, I don't think it was as much, but he still had like, I think like 2 rushing touchdowns, something like that. He had a really good game. So we got to contain that. We got to be disciplined. Our guys got to be disciplined. So don't know if Ridgeway's going to play too much because of that, because he still needs to learn the system and everything. But that is a good key to victory for sure. Another one that I have is that we have to just keep feeding Jahan Dotson, Terry, and Curtis Samuel. Get those guys targets. They need to have 24 plus targets. I know that's a lot, but like those are the guys that need to get the ball. And just keep feeding them. That's what we did in week 1, and it worked. Last week did it, but like Jahan Dotson got 5 targets. I would like to see that to like 7 plus targets. Maybe involve him a little bit more in the passing, or not just deep balls, because that's what he's mostly been doing, or red zone. Get him a few short passes as well, and then get Terry more targets. And Curtis, I feel like they've been using him a good amount. So that's kind of another key to victory I have. Just use your weapons on offense more and keep targeting Dotson, Terry, and Curtis.
Yeah, I mean, I want to also add, Philly fans really have Jalen Hurts, and the media, not even going to single out Philly fans, but the media really had Jalen Hurts as an MVP favorite or MVP discussion already. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, the guy, he was okay, but the fact that people are saying he's MVP caliber already, come on, man. He hasn't proved a lot. He's had 2 good games, and in those games, he was good in the first half of one, and then the other one he started off slow. Like, he's been good, but he's nowhere near Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Those two guys are the two front runners. If we were to say MVP, even that's crazy to even talk about that in 2 weeks in. But if we were to talk about MVP, he's not in that discussion, man. So that's just, I just want to throw that in there because Eagles fans, man, I don't know if they've been under your comments, but literally, they're like the only team that I know that literally like comments under opposing teams' comment section the whole week, and you'll see how much these fans, their fans love Jalen Hurts and crowning Jalen Hurts and saying Carson Wentz sucks and all that and saying we're gonna lose. It's crazy, man. But I love the trash talk, man. I love it. But yeah, I just want to throw in that little nugget. But I mean, I guess another key to victory that I would have is that we have to get off to a fast start. We cannot get down 22 to over the Eagles. If we do that, we're gonna lose. We also this may be a surprise, not a surprise, but this may be something that you have to look out for, guys. We may be forced to use silent counts tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because although we're at home, the Eagles are going to take that stadium over. Let's call it what it is. They have buses coming from Jersey all the way to the game, and I believe the people that's driving the bus says "Come boo Carson Wentz" is the title of like the bus or whatever. So they're going to come in there deep, and we may be used to use the me may be forced to use the silent count. So like I mean, there's a lot going up against us this week. But it should be fun, and I just want to talk a little bit about that. But I guess my last key to victory, we got to get off to a fast start. We cannot get down 20-0 to the Eagles. If that happens, then we're going to lose.
For sure, for sure. And I think so. Going to the comments real quick. So I think okay, sure. The first 2 weeks of the season, Hurts has been probably the best QB in the NFC, but I'm still taking Tom Brady over Jalen Hurts. I'm still taking Aaron Rodgers over Jalen Hurts. Like there's still a lot of guys I would take over him, especially like in the playoffs. Like I'm taking Brady and Rodgers over those guys or Jalen Hurts for sure. And there's a few others I would probably take over Jalen Hurts as well. But it's 2 weeks, so yeah, he's been the best in the NFC. But like again, it's only 2 weeks. I think in 8, 10, 12 plus weeks, I think that we'll see that he's solid, but he's not in that tier of Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar. But I think he's still a really good, a really solid quarterback.
If we're
Yo, go ahead.
No, I was going to say if we're talking early MVPs or early best NFC quarterbacks, Carson Wentz has to be in that discussion. If we're talking early best NFC quarterbacks, I don't think Jalen Hurts has been better than Carson Wentz. I just think he's been more exciting, and I think that I would even argue that. I would even argue that he probably hasn't been more exciting than Carson Wentz. I just think that it's alluding that their outcomes is alluding to wins, and that's what's the only reason that has some hype. If we were 2-0 and Carson Wentz still had, because what is he 7-3 right now? If we were 2-0 and Carson Wentz had 7-3, would the media give us the same attention? I don't know, but I would argue that he probably hasn't even been as exciting, more exciting than Carson Wentz. But I just think that with him being exciting how he is and the way he's playing good, and they're winning. I feel like that is what's getting Eagles fans super excited. But he hasn't even been the first game of the season. He threw 243 yards and he only rushed for one touchdown. He had one touchdown that game, zero touchdowns through the air and zero interceptions. He had one touchdown rushed for that game. And then yesterday, or not yesterday, but Monday, he went through for 300 yards, had one touchdown and one interception. So not mind blowing stats. I just think it's leading to wins. So that's what's getting them excited. I don't think it's him personally that got their whole fan base excited. I don't even think he's been better than Carson Wentz. And granted, Carson Wentz has been forced to throw the ball more, but he has 7 touchdowns throughout the first 2 weeks. This man doesn't even have 4. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's him being exciting, the kind of play style that he brings, and just them alluding to wins is what got Eagles fans all happy. That's just my honest opinion.
And I think also, and what's up, Jet? Appreciate you coming through. What's up, Chris? I think also it's that the Eagles played on Monday night and like everyone was watching. So, and it was against a solid team, or at least a team that just killed the Packers. So I think that also was kind of like why everyone's hyped up, not just Eagles fans, but the national media. And we'll see. I'm interested to see how these guys perform in next or tomorrow, and then also in the next few weeks. So we'll see what happens there. So let's. Any other keys to victory you have on?
Nah, I don't.
All right, I'm trying to think. Other one, special teams. Special teams was awful last week. Special teams has to be way, way, way better than it was last week. Kicking was terrible. Returning wasn't great. And I think Dax Milne got a little bit too much hate because, like, okay, the first one, he took it out. He probably shouldn't have. The other ones, he took it out when the ball was at the 2 or 3 yard line. He had to take it out. And there was like 5 unblocked guys coming right at him. He had a few, like, he had a 30-plus yard return. Like, he wasn't terrible. But it is what it is. The blocking wasn't great. The punt and kick coverage was terrible. So they have to be better. And Joey Slime is to kick as well, and Tressway wasn't really good. So what do you think, Juan?
Yeah, I personally feel like Dax Milne, I don't want him on kick returns or punt returns. I like him for the ability to corral in the catch and actually be safe with the ball. But the move after the catch and the burst after the catch, it just isn't there. The vision isn't there. DeAndre Carter did a way better job, with the ability to give us some type of space. He doesn't know when to just let it roll or when to catch it. And this is also in the kick returns too. I mean, the Lions purposely were kicking inside the 15 because they knew he wasn't going to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there, Dax, just let it roll into the end zone, bro. Like, he's good for the ability to catch, and I love that because the first and most important thing you have to do on a return is catch the ball. But secondly, you got to give us some type of positive yards. You don't want your quarterbacks to be backed up inside their own 15, 10 every single drive. Get it past the 20, get it past the 25 some plays, or just take a knee. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm most excited for Brian Robinson to come back because then I can see what Antonio Gibson has as a kick returner, but we'll see there. But Dax Milne, I just don't want him back there for the sake of him hit the lack of explosiveness he has as a returner. But for his hands and the corral and the catch, I'm all for it.
Yeah, but I think also though, like you're kind of risking it, like if you're like just letting it go and it hits the 3 yard line and it just stays there, or because the ball can bounce weirdly sometimes. So I think it's tough on him. I think at the 3 or 4, you got to just take it out. And there was like one time, like I said, there was 5 unblocked guys coming right at him. Brian Mitchell isn't doing anything against that. Devin Hester isn't. I'm not even, I'm just saying how like in that situation, Dax Milne had no chance, and he got to like the 14, 15 because no one was blocking. I think that was more on the the blocking than it was Dax. But and he had some other good returns, and then the first return of the game, he took it out when he probably shouldn't have. So Dax got to be a little bit better, but the blocking has to be a lot better as well. So I think those are the keys to victory. And then the other cliche ones like turnovers. Defense has not forced many turnovers. They didn't force a single one last week. Only forced one in the first week of the season. So like one turnover through the first 2 games, you just can't have that. You can't have that. So they just have to force another turnover or have to force more than one turnover and help out the offense a little bit. I mean, DeAndre, I only saw him take it out of the back of the end zone once. Besides that, like Juan said, they were kicking it at like the 2, 3, 4 yard line, and he was taking it out from there. But moving on from there, let's get into our score prediction for the game. Juan, what's your score prediction for this game, and what's up, ProTech? Appreciate you coming through. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out ProTech's channel.
My score prediction, I'm looking at my stats right now. Give me a second. Or not my stats, but my video. I don't know. What did I say? I had Washington winning. Let me see if I could go back. Give yours right quick because I want to give. I think I said 35-31 Washington. I think
I know
35
people aren't gonna,
31
I
Washington.
know people aren't gonna like it, but and what's up on anonymous biker, and I saw another Eagles fan in the chat. I have us losing 34-27. So hey, I will be extremely, extremely happy if I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I just have them winning this game 34-27. I just don't think our defense is good enough to keep up with the Eagles' offense. I think our offense is going to get the job done, but unfortunately, I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be a little bit too much for us. I think our defense is just going to get lit up, especially our secondary, and then the lack of depth on the D line. I think our D linemen are just going to be so gassed running around Jalen Hurts all day. So, like, we have to, in my opinion, we have to, our offense has to, we have to win the time of possession battle so that our defense, that's another key to victory that I'll add. And this is like, you always want to win time of possession, but this week more importantly, because, our lack of depth on the D line, we're only going to have like 7 active D linemen. And I think that, the offense has to stay on the field as long as possible so that the D line isn't running around the whole game playing, just chasing Jalen Hurts because they're going to be gassed. And then as the game goes on and on and on, they're just going to get, more and more gassed, and it's going to hurt the defense. So offense has got to win the time of possession battle for sure. So Juan, your prediction was what again?
I said my prediction was 35-31. And the reason why I said we're gonna win because that back in May I guaranteed this win. I had us winning this one and then losing them at the link. So I'm gonna stick with my guns, man. If I didn't guarantee us to win, then my answer probably would have been differently. But since I guarantee to win, I'm not gonna switch up. I don't care how they looked. I don't care how weak looked. I have us winning this game 35-31. It's gonna be a shootout because again the defense is going to struggle, but I think Washington prevails. I think Carson Wentz has yet another successful day.
Hey, I hope you're right. I really, really hope you're right. And we start out 2-1, and then after that, you have the Cowboys, who honestly, I mean, they beat the Bengals, who the Bengals have struggled this year. I really want Dak Prescott back for that game because not only will they have no excuses, but Dak is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a Russell Wilson situation where they they kind of rush him back too early. And we saw how bad Russell Wilson was against us and maybe the next game or so. So I think that Dak Prescott's going to be terrible the first couple weeks he's back because like it was originally supposed to be a 6 to 8 week injury and he's coming back in maybe 4 weeks. That just doesn't really add up. And Jerry Jones, him being super involved, he probably really wants Dak back early. I think Dak's going to be back too early and going to struggle as a result of that because it's a hand injury. It's his throwing hand. It's going to be really tough for him to succeed like that. So that's my opinion. How about you?
Yeah, I agree with you. I said the same thing. I think them rushing him back is going to be a Russell Wilson situation. I don't think he's going to be able to fully be able to throw the ball like he did. I don't think he's going to be as comfortable. I think he may be a little bit nervous and scared because he doesn't want another helmet to hit his hand. So I don't think Dak is going to be himself. So I don't think it would be Jerry Jones' best interest to rush him back. But again, he wants to keep Dallas fans in a loop. He wants to keep Dallas fans and hopeful for this season. He wants to keep them in the seats. So of course he's going to say that we're going to try to get him back in 4 weeks and he'll be fine. Blah blah blah. All that just because you know how Jerry Jones is. I don't think it's in his best interest. But again, Cooper Rush is 2-0 as a starter, so maybe they wouldn't be so bad if honestly, speaking as an NFL fan, if Cooper Rush, and I'm taking off my burgundy and gold jersey, I'm putting just NFL on. If Cooper Rush can keep them afloat, maybe like let's say he comes back week 7, week 8, or whenever his timetable was, 4 to 8 weeks. So maybe like let's say week 9, he comes back. If he can keep him around like maybe let's say 4-4 or 4-5 or 3-6 even or whatever. However, if he can keep them afloat in the NFC East and Dak comes back and handles it and he's fully healed, that could be good enough. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't want them to rush. I'm not saying I don't think it's best for them to rush Dak Prescott back. But I mean, again, Cooper Rush is 2-0, so let's see what he does this week versus the Giants. That'd be a good game to watch. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's best for them to rush him back. But I definitely did want Dak Prescott for week 4, just because if we won, I didn't want to have no excuses. Now, if we win week 4, then he'll have all the excuses in the world. But again, we got to worry about the Eagles tomorrow before we even get to Dallas. So yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you said worry about the Eagles, but real quick, got the Cowboys, who winnable game. After that, you got the Titans, who that game could be, earlier on we were looking at the schedule. That's like, oh, that's going to be a really tough game. But now you got them struggling, and then also Taylor Lewan going down. AJ Brown getting traded. This could be another game that we should win as well. But like you said, focus on the Eagles game. So let's go into some. And also before we get into that, we got 60 plus people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. Also, sell up to Juan Gotti. Juan Gotti talking sports. He's going to be doing a watch party next week for that Cowboys game. We'll talk about that later. So, make sure you guys pull up to that. Let's see. Big Money Sonny, appreciate the $2 donation. Says we clapping Eagles cheeks all day tomorrow. Hey, I hope, man. I hope. I think the way we win this game is if Carson Wentz is feeling really, really motivated tomorrow against. I don't know if he's that type of guy. I doubt he is. But if he is, he's got to be extra motivated tomorrow and just absolutely light Philly up. I think that this game could be special, but also the Monday night game against the Eagles. Like I could see one of two things going for Carson Wentz in that game. Him absolutely going off, or him wetting the bed in that Monday night game, because that's going to be a big, big game for sure. But appreciate that donation, and I hope you're right, and I hope we win that game for sure. So, like I said, sub up to Juan Gotti, and let's start with some stat predictions. We'll start off with Wentz. What are your stat predictions for Wentz this week?
Wentz, I'm going to say, okay, you ready for this? Where did he go last week? 3-1. And did he went 4-2 first week? I'm gonna say he's gonna go 326, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. I think Carson Wentz is gonna have yet another excellent day.
I will go kind of a bold prediction. I'll say he goes 27 of 38. Let's see. Just do the math on that. Make sure it's not too bad. 27 for 38 for 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I'm not going a big game, but he's not going to throw an interception. So that's kind of my prediction for him. Not a huge day, but a clean day. And we'll get 2 passing touchdowns and then a rushing touchdown for someone else, not Wentz, but someone else. So, and then 2 field goals. That's what I have them at. I think Wentz going to have a solid day. Not the reason they lose for sure. Next one, let's go. You want to go running backs next or receivers next?
Let's go receivers next. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be a heavy running back day.
So let's go Terry. You start with Terry.
Terry's gonna have 6 receptions for 72 yards and a touchdown.
All right, I'm gonna go. He's good against Slay. He burned him last last year for a big gain. I'm gonna go 6 catches, 91 yards, and a tutty for Terry McLaurin. I think I'll have a big day. I think he's gonna have a big day for sure. And I saw people today or at FanDuel, whatever, tweeted like, they were like Armon St. Brown is better than Terry McLaurin, true or false or whatever. I got mad about that. He's good, but Terry's better for sure in my opinion. We'll see though. And also we saw those comments about that he had on De'Ami Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not better than Terry McLaurin. I don't know.
Appreciate that donation. Clapping Eagles cheeks all day. Appreciate that $2 donation. Big money. Sonny says, MG talking reckless. He can get his cheek clapped too. Shout out to the squad. Pause. I saw Juan's face when those donations popped up. You're like, what the heck?
No.
This guy changed his name just for the donation and had the Eagle. I like the profile pic though.
Yeah, clapping Eagles cheeks all week. Hopefully next week he has clapping Dallas all week and with a Dallas logo. Maybe that'll be a theme, a good luck charm the whole weeks, and then after that he'll have Titans, and then after that he'll have week 6's opponent, which I don't even know who it is at the moment, but we'll get there when that time is coming. But shout out to you. Hopefully that
Yeah,
was
shout out. Appreciate that for sure. So we talk about Terry, and then now let's go to Jahan. So you start with Jahan. What are your predictions for Jahan this week?
five. I'm gonna say 7 receptions for. I really want to say this is gonna be a big Jahan day. Um, hmm. Dare I say Jahan goes over 100 yards? I'm gonna do it. He's gonna be my guy that's gonna have a huge day. I'm gonna say 7 receptions for 105 for Jahan Dotson.
I'm gonna go. I'll say 6 catches. No, I'm gonna go 5 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown. 3 weeks in a row with a touchdown for Jahan Dotson. I think he's gonna have a huge day. Next, let's go Curtis Samuel next. What do you think about Curtis?
Yeah.
All right. Curtis, for me, I'm gonna go 7 catches for 58 yards, 3 rushes, 13 yards, no touchdowns, no touchdowns. How about you?
I'm gonna say Curtis Samuel goes. Curtis is tricky. I think he's gonna get a touchdown. I think he's always gonna. I'm gonna say he's gonna always be in a running, long as he stays healthy. Knock on wood. There, he's gonna always be in a running to get a touchdown each game because you can use him in so many ways. I think Curtis Samuel's gonna be a problem for him, and I think he's gonna be a big reason that we be successful in this game because they didn't see him at all last year. They don't made it, and they probably don't even know what to expect. So I'm gonna say Chris has, let's say, 4 receptions for I want to say 80 yards for some reason, but then again, I feel like maybe too much because then I already have Jahan at 105, and I have Terry at what 72. Let's see, and then if I put Jahan, if I put let's see 105 plus 72, that's 177. Then plus what I say for Curtis 81, that's 258 to just them alone. I mean that's probably not bad. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say 4 receptions for 81 for Curtis and through the air, and then I'm gonna say he's gonna have 3 carries for 27 yards. So that puts him over a total of about like 100 yards in this. I think we're gonna have a huge day from our receiving core, and I think the rest goes to like dump downs to JD, you know, Antonio Gibson, and maybe a shot to Logan Thomas across the middle of the field. Um, and I think that's my stats there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So next one, I'm trying to think. We got the receivers. I don't think any of the other receivers are gonna have a big day. De'Ami Brown has kind of not done anything yet. We'll see if he does. And then trying to think, we'll go Logan Thomas. I think we both predicted a touchdown for Logan Thomas last week. So I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna give him a touchdown this week, but I'm gonna go 4 catches. I'll go 5 catches for 48 yards. He had one. Wentz's interception, Logan Thomas is wide open there, and he should have hit him for sure.
I'm gonna say 3 receptions for 41 yards.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. So the running backs, what do you have for Antonio Gibson?
Antonio Gibson. I don't think it's gonna be a big running back day. Says one stutter because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I want to say he's gonna have a big day. Then again, I want to be realistic, but I guess 80 yards is realistic for Curtis Samuel. Um, Nick Gibson. It's hard because I don't think this is gonna be a good running day at all. Unless we get him involved in the passing game, I don't know if I will see much and we'll see much Antonio Gibson at all tomorrow. Ah, I'm gonna say 5 receptions for 27 yards. I'm gonna say 13 carries for 68 yards for Antonio Gibson, which would be a really excellent day.
Yeah. Let's see. What is going on in the chat right now? Oh my god, whatever. Let's see. What was I? Well, I got me off track. Okay, 13 carries, 49 yards for Gibson, and he gets a touchdown. Let's see. Why? Yeah. Okay. This is not a good one. Let's see.
What?
No, the chat right now.
Oh,
They're talking
oh,
about
oh.
Dwayne Haskins, bunch of stuff. So let's.
Shit.
Yeah, it's way too disrespectful. Let's go into Gibson. We got into Gibson real quick. Now let's get into McKissick. You got McKissick, and you go talk for a couple like a minute or so while I handle this.
Yes. Wow, that's ridiculous right there. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. That right there is that's ridiculous, man. I mean, come on, fool. That's real life taking it too far, bro. Like, man, time. Like, go ahead. Somebody like, bro, what? Like, come on, bro. You're talking about a man's real life was lost in over a football game, bro. Y'all Eagles fans, something else, man. I tell you, bro. But JD McKissick, man, I'll get back to that. JD is always tricky. I'm gonna say three receptions. Four has been a really popular number for me. I'm gonna say JD has about 7 receptions for 18 yards. JD is always tricky. One day he could be heavily involved, and then the next day he will be not involved. Next week he'll be not. It's hard to you know uh, predict that.
Yeah, for sure. McKissick, he had a bunch of yards at the end of the game, but a lot of that was garbage time for sure. So I'll go like 3 carries, 13 yards, and then like three receptions for 15. So that's kind of the offense. Let's move on. And someone talked about Cole Turner. I don't know if he's gonna play. He was healthy last week. He wasn't on the injury report, and they put Armani Rogers over him. So that's kind of interesting right there. I want to see Cole Turner play though. We'll see what happens, for sure. So defense. How many sacks you got the defense? How many sacks you got with the defense having this week?
I'm gonna say zero. I'm gonna say zero. Well, no, I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna say we're gonna get Jalen Hurts one time. Montez Sweat's gonna be the one that get the lone sack, but I'm not comfortable with all the injuries and then Jalen Hurts' ability to escape the pocket. I don't know if we're gonna get much sacks, but I'm gonna say one. Montez Sweat be the lone guy to get a sack. Hopefully that's a strip fumble too.
Yep, I have two, and I'm gonna have Montez Sweat with one. He has not had a sack all year. He's got to be better. He's got to be. I mean, he was good in the first game. He's just got to get to the quarterback. So I'm gonna go one for him, and I'll go one for Jonathan Allen. I'm gonna go one for Jonathan Allen. That's two. Hurt's gonna be running around all day though, and our offense has got to freaking win the time of possession so that we can our defense cannot be super tired. It can't happen. So I'm gonna go 2 sacks, and I'll go one interception, and we'll go Cam Curl. I saw someone say in the chat earlier, and I agree with that. Cam Curl's first game back, I think he's gonna have an interception.
That's your bold prediction. Cam Kerr predictions. I don't know. I'm gonna say.
No, just how many or interceptions
Oh,
do you think they have?
I think we can get. I think we can get Jalen Hurts into some turnovers. I would love for Jamin Davis to get an interception. I really would. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm gonna say William Jackson. He's gonna throw 2 picks. I'm gonna say Washington. Or the first one's gonna be to Bobby McCain. Second one, I'm going to say William Jackson. But I feel like it's gonna be. What if it's a walk-off, game-winning pick six? That would be ridiculous. And see what would be, but why would they be throwing? I'm trying to put in the instances where we're down. It's like 31 to, let's say I have a what I say, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So I'll say like the score would probably be like 29-31. Washington's trying to get a stop on the third down. They're throwing, and William Jackson jumps it, picks it, takes it to the house for the walk-off victory, maybe, or something like that. I don't know, something crazy. But I'll say 2 picks for Jalen Hurts. I'll say 2 picks.
Hopefully. I don't. Has he had one so far this year? I'm not sure. I
Um,
don't.
yeah,
I don't think.
He had one Monday night.
Okay, 1 Monday now. Okay. But we'll see what happens. So that's kind of any questions you guys have in the chat. Go ahead and put them in there. and then we'll do our predictions for this week's game or the NFL games this week. We did it last week. Want to do it again? Should be fun. I forgot to write all mine down. I'll go look at what I put last week. The only change I made, and I texted Juan about it, is I changed my pick from the Saints to the Bucks. I had the Bucks beating the Saints. Besides that, everything stayed the same.
And do you want to do Wordle again?
Sure. Yeah, we can.
We're kind of nice at that, man.
Yeah, we can do that at the end for sure. All right, and you guys in the chat again. Any questions you guys have, put it in the chat, but also do the predictions with us for sure. So I'm trying to think. The game this week. The Browns beat the Steelers. I had the Browns beating the Steelers this week. So next game, Bills Dolphins. I got the Dolphins have been good. I'm not gonna lie, but I got the Bills beating the Dolphins here. Josh Allen's just too good. I know Micah Hyde's out for the year, but I've got the Bills winning this game.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna say Bills win this game also.
Bet. Okay, King Sean says, do you think Gibson will have a good game in terms of rushing? I don't think he's gonna have a great game. I said 13 for 49, so a little bit under 4 yards per carry. I don't think he's gonna have a great game, but we'll see. We'll see. Because the Eagles got a good D line. So next game, Bengals Jets. So I don't know if Zach Wilson is playing this game. I don't think I heard anything about that. I've got the Bengals have been terrible, but I got the Bengals winning this game.
Bengals versus who again? The Jets?
What?
Is it Bengals versus Jets?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say Bengals too. Fox sucks. No, in my opinion, Fox is the best NFL like broadcast. I think they have the best intro. I think they have the best presentation. I personally think Fox is the best out of all of them. That's just my opinion. But
yeah, for me, for me, it's more the announcers, and announcers are okay on Fox. I really liked Tony Romo and Jim Nance, but I kind of got tired of them a little bit last year, but still definitely like them for sure. So next game, and again, you guys can put this in the chat, is the Raiders Titans. I got the Raiders win that game for sure. Titans have been struggling. And Raiders, they had a bad loss against the Cardinals, but I still got them winning.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders here too. I'm gonna say Raiders get the win. Also.
All right, next game I got the let's see. The Saints and the Panthers. I got the Saints winning this. I know the Panthers are like 0-3 or whatever. Or 0-2, but I still got the Saints winning this game, and the Panthers, I still got them at 0-3 right now.
I'm gonna say the Saints are coming off of a L loss versus the Bucs. I'm gonna say Saints win that game.
All right, so far we got all the same picks. Let's see. Next game, Ravens Patriots. I got the Ravens win this game. Lamar's been on fire, even though they lost last week. I got the Ravens winning this game for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens here too. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are my two MVP front runners.
Next game, Vikings Lions. I got the Vikings winning this one.
I got the Lions winning this game here. If anything, that may be my upset of the week, but is that really considered an upset?
Yeah, I don't think it's that much of an upset.
But I'm gonna go Lions.
All right, and then the next game is Eagles Commanders. We already know I have the Eagles winning that game. Juan's got the Commanders. Hopefully Juan's right and I'm wrong. Next game, Chiefs Colts. Chiefs are gonna obliterate the Colts. I don't think you're gonna disagree with me on that.
Yeah, I got the Colts or the Chiefs winning. Godly. Yeah, I got the Chiefs winning that game too.
All right, then the Texans and Bears. I'm gonna go Texans on this one.
Texans Bears. I'm gonna go. I like Davis Mills a lot, but I'm gonna go Bears. I say Bears.
All right.
Jaguars. Actually, might be tripping. I do a prediction video every week. I think I'm going against my predictions, but I think I said Texans in my video. But we can go on to the next one. Oh, my light just went out. We can go on to the next one though. But I'm gonna double check here. on my video. I think I said Texans though. But I'll go Texans. I'll go Texans because I think that's what I said in my video.
All right, bet I put that as well. Next one is the Jaguars Chargers. I'm gonna go Chargers on this one.
I'm gonna go Chargers here too, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Jaguars keep it close. Let me give me a light red. The Jaguars keep it close. Dare we say the Jaguars are the best team in the AFC South, and they may be the AFC South winners this year? That's how bad that division is.
Big Money Sonny says, Pedro, how you gonna go against the squad, bro? You want your cheese clap too? No, but appreciate that $5 donation. And hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Eagles lose. I hope the Eagles get killed. I hope they do, but I think they're the better team, and the Commanders' defense is just not good enough in my opinion. And I like the offense. I think the offense is going to be really, really solid, but defense has not been good enough so far to have me pick the Eagle or have me pick the Commanders. Like Juan had his prediction before the season, I had the Commanders winning as well. I didn't guarantee it, but I had the Commanders winning. But Eagles look a little bit better than I thought, and then our defenses look way worse than I thought it would be. So that's why I have it at that score, but appreciate the donation. So let's go to the next game. Rams Cardinals. I got the Rams winning this game, even though it's at Arizona.
Yeah, I got the Rams winning, but I would not be surprised if the Cardinals actually pull it off.
All right, next game, Packers Bucks. I got the Packers winning this game. It's at Tampa, but I got the Packers winning this one.
I believe I said Packers too, but I want to double check on my video in a second. But I'm gonna go Packers too. I think.
All right, and then the next one's Falcons Seahawks at Seattle. I'll go Seattle since it's at Seattle, but they did not look good last week.
I went the Falcons.
You're going Falcons? All right. Let's see. Next one is the Broncos 49ers. I'm going to go 49. That's actually a good game. I'm going to go 49ers, though. I think that Jimmy G is better than what Trey Lance is right now. I think Trey Lance is going to be better. Well, might be better eventually, but I think Jimmy G is better for this team right now. And yeah, you're disappearing, but
Yeah,
I got
I got my head. I'm trying to listen to my picks that I made this week. But go ahead.
Yeah, I got the 49ers winning this game.
I got the 49ers winning this game. They're winning that game too.
All right, and then the Monday night game is the Cowboys Giants. I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm going on this one. You want to go first? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I said Giants going to win this game.
Giants.
I don't know, bro. I forgot my picks. I'm gonna lie, but I think I said Giants.
I'll go Giants for now, and then maybe I'll switch it later. We got time for sure. So let's go to the Waddle for the week. We'll play Waddle or for the day, I guess, and then we'll call it a day. So let me share the screen. Share screen. And then we're going to wrap it up. So, if you guys don't know, it's basically NFL World. So, I'll start with this one. We'll go with a receiver. I always like to go to Commanders.
Is that easy or hard?
Yeah, easy.
Okay, so we're going to do two of them, easy and then a hard one, or?
We'll go one easy and then one hard.
All
right, that was not a good guess.
Ooh, yeah, that wasn't good at all.
I always like going Commanders players.
So this is the easy one, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's go with. Why am I feeling Kirk Cousins? Why? Let's go Kirk Cousins.
It's not in the NFC though.
Oh, it's not. Okay. Let's go Lamar Jackson.
It's not Lamar because the jersey number is over 17.
Dang, I didn't pay attention to none of the tips. I'm just winging it. Let me actually pay attention. So it's above 17.
It's a running back, I think.
It's not in the NFC. Let's go Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb. All right, bet.
I did not pay attention to none of the clues.
All right, running back in the AFC. He's short. He's like 5'9" or shorter. And he's pretty young. So I'm trying to think. Could be like Brees Hall, maybe?
Is it? It's not in the AFC North.
No. I'm gonna go.
Would it be James? Nah, it wouldn't be James. Would it be? What am I thinking of? How old is
James
Devin?
Robinson?
How no? Well, this is your go, so you could pick if you want. But who's James? Not James Robinson. Who is How old is Devin Singletary?
I don't know. Well, here I'll go Brees Hall. See what it is.
Oh, Brees Hall is actually pretty.
Oh,
tough.
so it's like Michael Carter, right?
Yeah, it gotta be Michael Carter, or is it He's not up there. Oh, or is it
There we go.
Okay, nice. All right.
All right, next one. You go first on this one.
Let's go defense 2, right?
Yeah. Offense.
Let's go Chase Young.
All right, Chase Young. I like that. Starting out with the Commanders. All right, he's on defense. I'm gonna go a cornerback in the AFC. I'll go Tre'Davious. You know what? I'll go Xavier Howard. Yeah, I'm gonna go Xavier Howard. Okay, so he's 6'1", 28 or 27, but not a corner or a DN.
But his
And
jersey
he
number
is above 25 and below 99.
So that means he's probably a linebacker.
Linebacker, yeah.
Let's go Shaquille Leonard, Shaq Leonard, Darius Leonard, man. Even though it's Shaq Leonard, I guess. Oh, that's pretty solid.
He's a linebacker, not in the AFC South or AFC East. So let's go. It's either the North or the West. So
Nick Bolton.
No, but he's 27 though.
Oh, okay. That made it bad then, because like how many 27-year-old linebackers that can we name off the top? Wait, Matt Milano.
Maybe.
I don't know if he's younger though.
Oh, but it's not in the NFC or AFC East.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, let's just guess a linebacker, and you guys in the chat can help as well. Who's linebacker
in the Raiders linebacker.
I know he's too young. Okay. I'm gonna go Kenneth Murray just so we can see what division it's in. All right, so it's AFC North. So, oh wait, could it be Devin Bush? Or no?
I don't think Devin Bush is that old though.
Yeah, he's probably like 25.
Is it? It gotta be a linebacker from I don't know. Baltimore's linebackers are pretty young, right?
Patrick Queen.
Yeah, Patrick Queen. They got a Wosu, even though I think he's an edge rusher, but I didn't even have to for.
And then the Browns.
This is tough right here. Dang.
How about Mac Wilson or no?
You could try it.
Okay, he's not. Wait. Mac Wilson. I thought he was on the Browns. Whatever, I guess.
I said try Bush anyway. Bush is. I mean, you can just try. I mean, I don't want to waste any more. How many more guesses can we waste?
I think it's 10 guesses total, but let's see. Devin Bush. We'll go Devin Bush, even though we both think it's not going to be him. We can just try.
I feel like he's too young.
Okay, so not Pittsburgh. It's either the Browns.
Ravens or Bengals? No, Bengals.
Hey, if you know who it is, Cowboys appreciate that donation. Put it in the chat. Let's see. And appreciate that anyways.
There's the Bengals linebacker who is
Logan Wilson. He might be older. Damn.
This is hard.
All right, so it's either the Ravens or the Browns.
Do they still have what's his name? He's like a fan favorite just because of his name on the Browns. What's his name? Pedro fell for the trap. What's his name, bro? The guy for the I forgot his name. He has like
Oh,
a really really funny name just because he's a
not
fan favorite.
Owusu Cormo right now.
No, it's not Jeremiah Uso Cormo. It's another funny name just because like I forgot it, man. Hold on. Oh my god, I don't want to look it up. Yeah, there you go, there you go. Taki. That's his name. That's his name. Sayone Taki.
Hey,
Shout out to him in the chat. I
shout
don't
out
know.
Gus Bus.
I don't know why I thought about that. Shout out to Gus Bus. I thought about that just because I'm like, I don't know much. I don't know much. I don't know much Browns linebackers, but I know Sayone is Taki because of his funny name. I knew it. I guessed it before Gus Bus said in the chat, before I saw it in the chat, but he did say it before I said it. So shout out to Gus Bus for getting that guess
Shout
along
out.
with us. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate everyone coming through. Oh yeah, DC Gamer had it too.
Okay.
Appreciate everyone for coming through. It was a fun stream for sure. Hopefully we can get that dub tomorrow. And
Yes,
yeah, appreciate you coming through. Juan, anything to plug?
I appreciate you for having me on as always, man. Definitely you can follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me on YouTube, and follow me on Twitter at Juan Gotti Talking Sports Wonder World to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I will be live streaming the game tomorrow and then next Sunday having a live watch party. I'm hosting it live at Martini's Bar and Lounge in Fort Washington, Maryland. If you're a Cowboys or Washington Commanders fan, come through, watch the game with your boy, come meet your boy, and have a good time. Everything is going to be great, and we're just there to have a good time. Again, whether you're a Washington or a Cowboys fan, come through, have a good time, and hopefully we get this win tomorrow. Shout out to Pedro for having me on again, and lastly, I will be streaming again the game tomorrow. So let's see if we can get this win.
Yep, man. Appreciate coming through. And peace, guys. And thanks for everyone in the chat.